All right, so here we go. All right, okay, last time we talked about a cell phone in here, but I don't think we did a good job on it, okay? So let's make sure that we recap this thing real quick, okay? So Brittany, so how do you get an app on your phone again? Help us out.
Wait, what was the question?
How do you get an app on your phone?
How do I get an app? I download it.
Okay, how do you download an app?
You go to the App Store.
Okay, so the App Store, is the App Store in your phone? Is the App Store really in your phone? You sure? You think so?
Yeah.
No, it's not in your phone. It's not really in your phone. Because your phone doesn't have your phone. How many apps are there?
A lot.
A lot, like millions of apps out there right now, right? So, or thousands of apps. So if you're saying that the App Store is in your phone, you're really telling me that all those thousands of apps are in your phone. You just can't see them on the screen, right? So the App Store is not really on your phone. Where is the App Store? Take a guess. It's somewhere in the internet, right? Like so basically like Apple or whatever has, like wherever Apple is, okay, they have these things called servers, and in their servers, okay, that's where the App Store is. And basically the App Store has a bunch of codes. All right? Okay, has a bunch of codes. All right? And so for example, if you want to get Twitter, right, then your phone, okay, has to talk to this server over here, and it has to say, hey, a server, okay, or App Store, I want Twitter, right? And so what ends up happening is, okay, I want Twitter. Okay, so your phone, the App Store helps you talk to the internet, to the server where the App Store really is, and then the Twitter, the App Store sends the code, okay, to your phone. So now all of a sudden, okay, the Twitter code is now in your phone, and now you're gonna have Twitter on your phone. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Maybe, yes, maybe. Okay. Does that make sense, Stevie? So in order for you to get an app on your phone, what do you need?
Codes.
Codes, exactly. You need a code. Okay, you need a code. And when you download this code, then you get the app. Does this make sense? Okay, so you need to understand this idea of how your phone works. If you want to get TikTok, then you're going to have to download another code. Okay, that's going to be different. And then now you're going to have the TikTok app, right? And so this is how your cells work. Your cells work the same way. Okay, your cells have codes. Okay, we call these codes genes. Okay, and the app, you guys have apps as well. Okay, like for example, the Twitter app helps you send out communications, right, to the world. Like TikTok lets you make videos, right? So an app, right, that's the protein. So your cells need codes to make to have the proteins that it needs to do the special jobs. And so that's ultimately how this works. So think of it like just like your phone works. Okay, your phone needs a code. Okay, and once that code's in the phone, now you have the app, and the app is gonna help you do a specific task or job. Okay, does that make sense? Like, for example, Andre, if you have an Instagram app, what does that help you do? If you have the Instagram app, well, guys, what does that help you do? What does the Instagram app help you guys do?
It lets us see pictures of other people.
Exactly. And if you don't have the Instagram app, then you can't do what? You can't see the what?
The pictures?
The pictures, exactly, right? And so just like your phone needs a code, just like your phone needs code so that you can have the apps, your cells have codes that it needs to make these things called proteins, and these proteins help you do something. It helps your cells do a specific task. Okay, right? Just like the TikTok and the Twitter app, they don't do the same job, right? They do specific tasks. So it's the same concept. Your cells have these things called genes, and these genes help your cells make these apps we're going to call proteins. And these proteins, now that you have these proteins or these apps, your cells can do specific jobs. Okay, so make sure you guys write that down in your notes or take a screenshot of this and post it to your Zoom today. Post it to your Zoom today. So take a screenshot and post it to your Zoom for today. Because since a lot of you guys are not paying attention today, I'm just gonna give you guys credit for making sure that at least you have this. So make sure you take a screenshot. Okay, make sure you guys are good. So Alicia, what am I trying to help you guys understand here?
How we get apps on the phone?
Yes, but then what am I comparing it to?
A cell?
A cell, very good. And so your cell needs what?
Data?
Right here.
Oh, code.
Codes. Okay, what do scientists call these codes?
Gene?
Good. And then your cell uses these codes to make these biological apps called proteins. And now that we have these biological apps in our cells, these proteins, these biological apps can do a specific task that your cell needs to do. Okay, that's how this works. So like a protein, think of it like a biological app. Okay, it's something that your cell builds, okay, using the codes, okay, that it downloads, okay, or that it has. Okay, what's the app store? If the individual codes, okay, are the genes, what's the app store?
The DNA.
The DNA, that's right. Okay, the DNA. So anytime a cell needs to get a code, it goes to the DNA and it asks for that code. And then now that it has that code, it's able to build that app. It's able to make the protein or that app so that we can have the specific job done. So for example, that's what's happening in the vaccine right now. So what is that? Do you guys know anybody that got the vaccine so far? Anybody? Who got the vaccine, Jacob? Audrey, who got the vaccine?
One of my mom's cousins.
Your mom's cousin? Audrey, which one?
She works in the medical field.
Your aunt? Okay, does she work in the medical field too?
Yeah, she's a nurse.
Good. So basically what happened to your aunts, right? They took the code, because the code is not like electronic code, it's an actual molecule that has a code. And so what they did is they injected that code into your aunt, and now your aunt has the code to make this app or this protein that's going to help it fight off the virus. So that's how this works. Like, we run on codes, right? Like, or just like your cell phone needs codes to run apps, our cells need codes to run apps as well, except those apps are called proteins. Okay? So think of a protein like your biological, okay, apps. All right, your these apps that are living things, you know what I'm saying? Or they're not really living things, but they're made by living things. So I don't know if that makes sense, okay, but hopefully it does. All right, so now take a screenshot one more time, just in case you don't have it. All right. And don't be afraid to participate, because it's more fun if you participate. Okay, if you're like in your own like little world, it's no bueno, trust me. Okay, so now let's talk about the Griffith experiment. Because the Griffith experiment was all about codes. Was all about codes. All right, so whoops. So tell me what happened in the Griffith experiment. What was the relationship that Griffith was studying?
The mice and pneumonia.
Good. He wanted to study how mice got pneumonia. What caused the pneumonia?
Bacteria.
Good. So he was studying his X and his Y, right? So he wanted to study how this bacteria caused pneumonia. I don't know if I spelled it right. Pneumonia. Okay, and that's what he was trying to study, right? And so he was using mice, okay, to study this. So really he was studying the relationship between bacteria and pneumonia. Write that down. Bacteria and pneumonia. How many types of bacteria how many types of bacteria did he was he using originally?
2.
Or how many types of bacteria was he studying? Two. Very good. Thank you, Brittany. There's 2. It was 2 types. Okay, what were the 2 types?
The disease-causing bacteria.
Good. So they had disease. So the disease-causing bacteria. Good. And what was the other one?
And the harmless bacteria.
And the harmless bacteria.
The
Good. Very good. Harmless. Okay. All right. And so how did he tell them apart?
One was smooth and one was rough.
Good. Which one was the smooth one?
The disease one.
The disease one was the smooth one. So that was like a circle, right? So smooth. All right. And then harmless, what did it look like? What do the rough ones look like? What did the harmless look like?
They look like stars.
They look like stars. Good. He called them rough. All right, and they look like stars. There you go. Good. Okay, very good. Right, and so these are the two types of bacteria that he studied. Very good. Okay, now what did he do? What did he do with these bacteria?
He injected it into the mice.
Very good. He injected them into the mice, right? So there's an injection point. Boom, boom. And then this got injected to the mice. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, what happened to the mice? Okay, what happened to the mice? Okay, when these bacteria, so this guy is the disease causing. Boom, boom. Okay, and this one is the harmless bacteria. So what happened to these mice right here?
They died.
They died. Very good. And what happened to these mice?
Nothing.
Lived. Very good. Okay, so now what's the next step that he did? What did he do? What's the next thing? So those are the two types of bacteria, and this was trial. These are different trials. So this is trial 1, trial 2. Now, what did he do for trial 3?
Took a culture of the cells.
What did he do?
He took a culture of the cells and heated the bacteria to them.
Which bacteria did he heat?
The rough one.
The rough one? Do you guys agree? Which one did he heat?
Was it the disease one? The disease.
Yeah, the disease one, right? So he took the bacteria, right? Remember, it was smooth. And this one was disease causing. So that's what DC means, right? So then I'll make it look evil. And then he heated it up. Heat. Right? He heated it up. And essentially, what did the heat do?
Kill the bacteria.
What did the heat do to the bacteria? What is that, Annalise?
It killed the bacteria.
Yeah, exactly. It killed it. So now this disease, now this stuff is killed, and now this killed bacteria got injected, okay, into the mice. So now this stuff, okay, went into the syringe, and now that got injected to the mice. And what happened to the mice?
It died.
They died? You sure? What happened to the mice?
Survived.
They survived. They lived. They lived. So these mice, okay, that got shot with the disease-causing bacteria lived. All right? Because what did the heat do? What did the heat do?
Killed the bacteria.
It killed the bacteria, exactly. And so so in here, you have to imagine that there's dead, disease-causing bacteria. Okay, in here. And so when you inject the mice with the dead, disease-causing bacteria, then nothing should happen. Nothing should happen to the mice because the bacteria is dead. It got killed by the heat. Does that make sense? Raise your hand if you're with me on this. Yes? Yes? Okay. So now, there's the last trial. This is the 4th trial. What did he do in the 4th trial? So like, I'm gonna put a big ass syringe right here. Okay, so in the syringe, here we go, a big syringe. What was in this syringe? What did he add to the syringe?
Pneumonia and the bacteria.
Not pneumonia, because remember, pneumonia is something you get. Is the bacteria goes inside you, and then that pneumonia is caused by the bacteria. So you can't put pneumonia in the syringe.
Bacteria.
Okay. What do you
He
put?
the harmless bacteria and the disease causing bacteria. He mixed
Okay, you're almost there. So he put the harmless bacteria in there. So remember the harmless bacteria look like this, right? And let's put a big happy face on them. So you guys know, right? And he added
the heat killed
something else. What else did he add in here?
The heat killed bacteria.
Very good. The heat killed bacteria. Very good. Heat killed bacteria. Very good. So now, okay, you have the heat killed bacteria. So I'm gonna draw it like this, and then like 2 X's because it's dead, right? So remember, now think about it, right? So now this gets injected into the mice. Now, who hasn't done the reading so far and is following along so far? Because I need you to think about it a little bit. Let's go with Evelyn, okay? All right, Evelyn, okay, unmute yourself, okay? Now, here's the deal, Evelyn. So explain to me what happened in trial 1.
He infected the mice with the
Not disease, well, look at my diagram. So in trial 1, what did he do? He injected the mice with what?
harmless route.
The harmless bacteria, and the mice did what?
They lived.
Good. When he injected, now let's talk about trial 2. When he injected the disease-causing bacteria, the mice did what?
They died.
Died, right? Now, here, trial 3, now he killed the bacteria that was disease-causing, right? He injected the mice, and the mice lived. So essentially, the 4th syringe, the harmless bacteria, what should it do to the mice? The harmless bacteria, what should that do? What should that do to the mice by itself?
Make them live.
What is it?
Live.
Yes, and well, in other words, the mice are not going to get sick and die, right? And then the heat killed bacteria, what should that do to the mice?
It should let them live as well.
What is it?
As well.
Exactly. So both of these things by themselves shouldn't do nothing. The mice should live. Okay, that should be the hypothesis. The mice should live. That's the hypothesis. Because when you injected each one of these to the mice, they all lived. But what ended up happening is the real data was what?
They died.
The mice died, exactly. The mice died. What the heck? How the heck did the mice die if we injected 2 things that the mice lived when we injected them separately? That's why this experiment is so important. This is why this experiment is so important. Why did the mice die in the 4th trial? The answer is right here.
DNA.
Okay, the answer is right here. Remember, DNA is a store of codes. Right?
Cells?
Okay. What?
Cells?
Use complete sentences. Now, use complete sentences. So think about it. If you're a disease-causing bacteria, it's like you're a phone that has Twitter on it. If you're not a disease-causing bacteria, then it's because you're a phone that doesn't have Twitter on it. Okay? So now, so here in this example over here, guys, okay, in this example over here, what had to happen? Because remember, these were dead cells over here. So basically, in essence, we have dead cells right here. This is a dead cells. And over here, we have live cells. So we mix the live cells and the dead cells together. And then we injected both of these into the mice. And the mice, instead of living, they died. Why? That's the question. Why? And I'm not going to tell you guys the answer because I'm going to test you. I'm going to give you that. That's going to be the test questions. Okay. So I gave you guys the breakdown to the experiment. You guys need to make sure that you try to figure out why did they die? Why is it that when we injected the mice, when we did a mixture, because literally this is a mixture. So if I wanted to draw the syringe over here really big, okay, right here, essentially in trial 4, we had the harmless bacteria and that was dead, and then we had the live bacteria that doesn't do nothing by itself. And then when we injected the mice with this mixture, okay, the mice died where they should have lived. They should have lived because this doesn't kill the mice, this doesn't kill the mice, but together the mixture did kill the mice. So why? That's the question. Okay, take a screenshot if you have not. I'm gonna post this lecture on the Zoom today so that you guys have it so you guys can study it for the quiz tomorrow. Okay, so I'm gonna post this. I recorded this lecture so that you guys can have it to study. I know it's a lot of stuff, but the idea is, why did the mice die? Why did this mixture cause them to die? And if you can understand why this mixture caused the mice to die, then you're like an elite student. Okay, right? So any questions, concerns on this? So I will test you on that tomorrow. The answer is in the reading. The answer is in the reading, by the way. All right? All right, guys. I'm going to let you go. Have fun studying. You do have a quiz tomorrow. Go over this video, study this video, review your notes, okay? And hopefully this helps. All right? Any questions, concerns? All right, peace out.